Daily Broadside Day 586. I'm sure we've all been in bathrooms at gas stations, at convenience stores, restaurants, everywhere. Um, and it never fails that there's almost always some kind of graffiti writing on the inside of the stalls or whatever. Call for a good time, all this profane stuff, dicks drawn. I don't know what the fascination with this is. And I don't know where it started. I mean, it's been there like my whole life. There's always been people that write. And I don't understand, I get the knife part. Like I carry a knife everywhere I go, so I could scratch whatever I wanted into a bathroom stall wall. But the people that carry Sharpies and stuff, like they always got that on them just in case they have to go to a public restroom. But my bigger question is, it's always sexual in nature, right? But like, I wonder how many people, it's always call for a good time, right? And I would assume that 99.9% of these numbers are their buddy's number. Like, oh, let's put Steve's number up here and somebody will call him for a blowy, and all this and everything. So I assume it's just prank numbers or whatever. Maybe some of them are made up numbers. But my question to you all is, I wonder how many times in a given year someone calls one of these numbers and it actually makes a connection and they get something out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like they hook up with somebody because of it. Because they've got to all be pranks, right? There can't be a legitimate person out there that's advertising their services on a bathroom wall, right? I mean, that can't be. But then again, it had to start. Maybe it started as a joke, or maybe it started real and it became a joke. I don't know. But it's just kind of weird that, this is such a, and you can go to like a Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. You can go to a really nice restaurant and it'll be like, hey, for a great blowjob, and you're like, what, who has this kind of time on their hands? Like who thinks this isn't funny? It's not funny. It was funny maybe in like 1978, when it started, but I don't see how it's funny now. It just doesn't make any sense. But anyway, and while we're talking about things that don't make any sense, what is up with the stolen valor? I think we should take all these people that have the stolen valor, that go around in these outfits and, don't just got mismatched badging and patches and stuff, and they don't know what they're talking about when they're confronted and everything. I think we need to take those people and not necessarily charge them with the federal crime, because I don't know how many people actually get charged with that, but I think we should take them and, assess their mental, problems, because there's obviously some deep-seated mental health issues there. If you're so, born into wanting to be dressing up like a military person and then walk around in it, I don't know. I mean, I get it if you were doing it to like get like half off at the pizza joint or something. Okay, maybe that makes sense as far as a means to an end. But if you're just doing it to get the the adulation from people around, thanks for your service, and that all day long, there's some mental things going on, and you're probably not that far away from entering into a movie theater in a dark night. And anyway, that's just a strange breed of person. It's like volunteer firemen that set fires, that kind of thing. It's just a strange embodiment of things. I saw an ad for individual toe warmers a week or so ago. And they're like little tiny socks that you put on each toe, and they're graduated. They get a little bigger for each toe and all. And I'm like, there's no way this is going to stay on your foot. I'm sure it's great. I'm sure it's really nice and warm, but that is the stupidest product I've ever heard of in my life. Just get some nice wool socks and you'll be fine. And I've got a mystery that I cannot solve, and maybe somebody else out there has done this as well. So I got a contact case, right? Take my contacts out, put them in the contact case, and it seals. It's got a little rubber gasket. I mean, it gets really tight. There's no way water gets in, water doesn't get out, right? But every time that I put those things in there, right, if I use it just on a daily basis and I open it up, the same amount of saline solution will be in there as it was when I last put it in there, right? I put the contact in the next morning, exact same saline solution. But for some reason, when I take that thing and I travel, I throw it in my dock kit, my toiletry bag, whatever you want to call it, and I drive somewhere, or I fly somewhere, or I go somewhere. When I get to where I'm going, a couple hours later, whatever, and I open up that case, it's like mostly empty, like the saline is gone. And again, there's no evaporation. There's nothing on the inside of the lid where it's evaporated up. There's not even that much room. I don't know how that would even happen anyway, because it's like a vacuum in there. And there's no way for it to get out. It makes no sense to me. Please tell me that I'm not the only person who's experienced this. And you know what's weird is I know several people that are either acquaintances, good friends, some of them just passing friends, whatever. And they are the nicest people in the known universe. Would do anything for you, just great people, great salt of the earth human beings, right? Just nice people that you want to know, those kind of people. And they have married, and it's usually, I don't see it as much the other way around, but it's usually guys that are really, really nice, and they marry absolute bitches. People that have no personality, just always scowling, just never happy about anything, just C words, you know what I mean? And I don't understand how somebody who is so nice and so, amenable to the world, gets hooked up with somebody and involved with somebody that is such a Grinch, you know what I mean? With everything. I'm not talking about like has bad days. I'm like, every time you see him, they're just, I met a guy the other day. I met his wife for the first time. I've known him forever. And his wife was just, I was as nice as I could be. She couldn't have been ruder. And I was like, what the hell? I don't understand the connection there. And like I said, it doesn't ever seem to go the other way. I don't ever see like really, really nice women and they're with like just dicks, that, I mean, it happens. Don't get me wrong. I know a couple, but it just doesn't seem as prevalent. And so I wonder what kind of, I don't know, what kind of like need these really nice people have inside of them. I know that opposites attract, but we can take it too far at times, so it doesn't make any sense. So, and I'm sure I'm not the only person who's experienced this, phenomena, a Muppet song, Anyway, y'all have a great day. Hey, Giddy.